about today. Um, I've got a whole PowerPoint presentation prepared for it as well, actually, which it's going to be fun to talk you guys through. But yeah, it's about Animeleague, and the reason I want to do this topic today is I've been tagged in a lot of posts. I'm the one who dealt with them quite a lot. I've got a lot of first-hand experience with them, and usually whenever the topic about them comes up, people always tag me for information and so on. And I'll be very fucking honest, I'm very lazy and I hate repeating myself, so I'd rather make a video in which I can just link people to more easily. And and the issue is a lot of the information at the time has since been like removed or deleted or mass reported and so on. So there'll be a handful of topics I'll be talking about that I can't show you screenshots for, either because I've been blocked by said people or because posts were removed. But I'll give you as much context as I can. But a lot of the experience I'll be talking about will be my first 10 experiences. And also, it's going to be a few screenshots and experiences of a friend who also dealt with them. And I'm going to be making references to other people who have also dealt with them. But I'm not going to show any of their stuff. But you can find it online more easy enough. I'll give you if you want to really search for it. A lot of it's not hard to find, but I'll be talking about that. And the main reason I do want to talk about it is because I've been noticing a trend, and I've seen it a lot on TikTok and I believe Instagram as well, where a lot of younger, newer cosplayers and so on have been going to these events, and either they don't know about what's gone on with them before, or basically they have the vaguest ideas. They think most of it's not real, or like, it's all made up, or people being dramatic, or some people just straight up know and they don't understand why it's a big issue, and I need to fucking educate people on that shit. Oh yeah, there's a lot I'm gonna talk about actually. I've got about, I think it's like 12 or 15 slides actually. And I know there's a lot of things about them, like, oh, it's just rumors or like unverified and so on. I chose to speak about a very specific set of topics regarding them, purely because there's things I can evidence, and 1% say, yep, everything I'm going to talk about here today is going to be stuff that I can 100% confirm actually did happen, and I've got screenshots and so on for that. I'm going to stay away from mentioning things that there isn't direct proof for, I guess. I mean, there's things that, like, the whole charity situation, which I'm going to have to mention at the very start because it's the inciting incident what started the whole thing. But the issue with that is a lot of the posts and stuff have been removed. You can technically verify it, and I'll explain how you can, but it's a long-winded thing, so you have to forgive me for the things I can't show you screenshots of. But hopefully I can give you all the information you need to basically draw whatever conclusions you want from this whole presentation stream, whatever. It's how do I start? You know what? Should I just jump straight into it? So, the presentation today, and I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I did do really nice animation, and I chose a really pretty looking template for this, just because I wanted to, go the extra mile for you guys. But I'm gonna call this one "Avoid Animeleague." Blank. Anything that's called something anime and gaming cons. For those of you who don't know, in the UK, there's an organization named Animeleague. They run a series of cosplay conventions across the UK. They're usually dirt cheap, and that's why people go to them. And basically, I'm going to give you as much information as I can as to why you shouldn't really be giving them any money or any support, or in fact, just avoiding them like the plague. Because for some reason, Sonics, that is indeed. So I've mentioned them before on my stream. So during the pandemic, this is in my presentation. I'll start off with this actually. So the owner of the these conventions tried to argue that the conventions were open markets to try and run during the middle of the pandemic. So do you guys remember when I imagine you guys remember, right? Remember COVID-19, depending on when you watch this. Remember COVID-19, when the whole country was locked down and only a very few select things were allowed to be open. He tried to run a convention in the middle of that by arguing it was an open market and they'd be following regulations. And Sanix, save that link later. So that link is going to come up later on in this in this discussion. This is going to be mostly my own first-hand experiences and experiences a friend has had with them, and I'll be making references to other past events. There's like 10 years worth of like history here of like abuse and so on. But obviously I can't fit into one whole thing, so I'm only going to be sharing like my whole my personal experiences, obviously friends. Everyone who's watching this on YouTube later, I'll be uploading on YouTube. Follow me on Twitter, TikTok, Twitch. Subscribe to me on YouTube, like this video, share it, and so on. All those call to actions. Buy my merch, redbubble.com/avatarobi. I need to plug as much about. Oh, and there I go. Okay, I think I'm done plugging my socials. Yeah, absolutely, 100% support me, not these guys. Okay, now shall we actually begin this presentation? I think we should. I think is everyone here ready to jump into this whole topic? And I hope you guys appreciate the fact that I've done very nice animations for this presentation. You know, I spared no expenses. So I'm gonna start off with the first slide. So where's the charity money? So this happened in 2016. Apologies in advance, I can't find screenshots of this now because a lot of the information has been lost from that time because posts have been removed and deleted. But I will give you the means to find the information for yourself. So 2016, I believe February 2016, so like 6 years ago, around about this time-ish, they had a convention, London Anime and Gaming Con. And at that convention, they were raising money for an epilepsy charity. And it was in honor of someone who actually passed away the month before. Someone I actually knew as well. Wayback Machine. I don't know, because thanks, it was on a private Facebook status, so you need to be friends with the person to see it. So I don't think that's going to be possible. And, in regards to that, they were raising money for an epilepsy charity. What happened with that money is because obviously it was in honor of someone who was part of the community that we knew, and we wanted to know how much was raised because they never posted how much was raised in the end, so people could view it. So they phoned up the charity about a month or so later, like a few weeks to a month later, and this is going to surprise a lot of you who don't already know this, but a lot of people who knows about this issue, we would know this because this is the first thing that absolutely blew up all over the internet. None of the money had been donated, basically. So I can't remember the name of the epilepsy charity, but it was a UK one. But if you phone them up now, actually, yourself, and ask them, this is going to be a hassle for the people in charity involved, so I feel sorry for them if anyone does want to verify. But you can phone them up and ask them how much Animeleague and when they donated to them in 2016, basically. And then you can look up the date when LAGC, London Anime Con 2016 ran, and you'll realize those dates don't match up because the money was donated later on, after the whole post blew up. And now the issue people had with this whole situation was basically when they took donations, they didn't use things like Just Giving or any of those sites, you know what, that track how much money was being donated. It wasn't Mind, no, it was, they switched to Mind later, but it was originally an epilepsy charity because it was in honor of someone who passed away from epilepsy. But people were skeptical about the amount raised and the amount donated, and there was a number of reasons why people are skeptical about this. So they took donations directly via the official Animeleague PayPal and then donated the money via PayPal, and basically it wasn't done through anything Just Giving or anything like that. It was done directly, basically give the money, and then like over a month later they suddenly donated it and we got the amount. And a lot of people were skeptical if that was the true amount that was actually raised, because there were comments on the original post about how the owner of the Animeleague convention, Michael Towers, he had used the official Animeleague PayPal account to pay for things like content from Camgirls and stuff was one of the things that got screenshotted and shared quite a lot. But there were screenshots of him using the Animeleague PayPal to pay for things, and that was the same PayPal people were donating the money to. So obviously can't confirm whether or not he actually did use the money for whatever. Ellen, it's fine. I'll do it after the whole talk. But yeah, people are very skeptical whether or not the amount raised was the true amount. But obviously, maybe they did. I'll deal with that information whatever you want. If you do want to verify how much was raised, when it was donated, and when the event happened, you have the means to do that. I'm going to go on to the next slide at the minute. And that is alleged abuse. So this is the big thing people want to warn more people about, basically. So the whole charity stuff, that was the first, I guess, red flag or inciting incident that happened with them. This is the big topic that people were more concerned about. And I'm going to talk about this in a second as well. I've got screenshots I need to share about that. But a lot of people mention the Animeleague owner, Michael Towers, but it's not just him. It was also a number of staff as well. So it's not a case of, hey, the person in charge is a bit shit. It's a case of, hey, the person in charge and also all the people that work there are basically really shit. Because there's no way the amount of cases that happened with the amount of different people involved was somehow a secret that certain other people who worked there just somehow completely fucking missed. Like, where were you looking when all this shit was going down? Because it was happening at the event you were attending, that not just attending, but also organizing, right? And it happens multiple times. But, and also the main red flag here is it does involve people who are under the age of 18, which is, you know, you would think would be a big fucking red flag, but some people either they don't know about it or they don't care and they carry on supporting them anyway. So I need to go ahead and go explain why, and I feel stupid for saying this, but I need to explain why you shouldn't be supporting them because of this reason. And I think that's the next slide. Okay, so first of all, offering to buy alcohol to minors. So I don't know about you guys or if there are any countries in which cases that is allowed, but in the UK, offering to buy alcohol, provide alcohol to an underage person under the age of 18 is very fucking illegal, right? And anyway, here's a screenshot of owner Michael Stewart Towers offering to buy an underage person alcohol, as long as they don't go around telling everyone. He did that, which because he was worried about what people would say if they find out he was providing alcohol to someone who was underage. And I understand the irony of the fact that the person in this screenshot promised they wouldn't tell anyone. And then here it is in front of everyone, right? But yeah, this isn't like an isolated incident. It's like a common thing that people... Basically, he's known in the community for being the guy that would 100% buy alcohol for an underage person because he's done it so many times before. And that's the first red flag. It's not the only one. But there's always a case of, like, whenever you bring this up, someone who either works there or loves attending these conventions... Resha, I did say I was going to be very sarcastic and very mean about this, and I understand that my sense of humor absolutely is going to make this very fun in a sense, even though it's a very serious topic I'm talking about. But here is undisputable proof that owner of Animeleague is offering alcohol to minors. And I hate the fact that people who either work there or just fucking love cheap conventions so much they're willing to turn a blind eye to this shit. Like, you can't prove shit. I can. Hello, Maddie. I know this is like the one thing people are willing to put off work for, right? There's going to be more. So this isn't the only screenshot I'll be showing you today. I'm going to move on to the next slide. So the next slide we'll be talking about is going to be about online harassment, and this is something I'll be speaking through first-hand experience of because naturally I was the target of a lot of this, and also my friend Kryssie, who has posted about this recently. On her TikTok. I'll provide links to all that as well. Yeah, it's a PowerPoint presentation. I've got animations and I've got like a sleek, sexy design template as well. But here we go. First things first. Animeleague staff have been known to stalk, harass, and dox people online on multiple occasions. I say multiple occasions because I'm not the only person that this has happened to. Okay, it's happened to several people, and they've often used boards like 4chan. They've used Lolcow and a lot of other things to do it anonymously. Which, and then just so they can like, oh, we didn't do that, someone else must have done it, right? Because, let's be honest, I'm not going to sugarcoat it, they are pussy-ass motherfuckers. They are little bitches. And I'm just going to be direct about it, because they're too afraid to post it, like, themselves, so they have to, like, do it anonymously on these boards. But, like, it's incredibly fucking obvious that it's them, and I'm going to show you exactly how I know that in the next few slides. So, starting with me, they doxed and harassed me, and not just me, but my family as well. So this is some screenshots of 4chan, where they stalked and harassed members of my family, posted links to their accounts, and encouraged other people to do the same, basically. And I don't know about you guys, but that's not a very nice thing to do to someone. And the reason they did this is because they weren't happy about me posting about the controversy that was going on with them and wanting people not to go to those events. And I received a message from one of the staff actually saying, hey, you should stop posting about our events, otherwise, you know, you might regret it. It was a really fucking thinly veiled threat, and in a few hours, basically I haha reacted that message. He blocked me, and then suddenly this gets posted on 4chan. So Interesting, you know. But apparently, this wasn't them, right? I guess if you want to believe them in regards to that. But yeah, that's the. I know some people know that I got doxed and harassed, but this is sort of the extent that, like, it's not just me. They also started like encouraging people to send hate to his family members. Here's their accounts, so on and so forth. Um, they then eventually did post my postcode, and then they posted my actual address, and then they posted my phone number as well, which got deleted. In fact, I tried to find the threads regarding that. I think even the archives got deleted as well by 4chan because the whole thread was basically nuked. And yeah, redacted. Obviously, I'm not gonna fucking post the screenshot, with my actual details on there. But yeah, they did do a lot of and you would think, hey, this could have been anyone, right? No, it's definitely them. Um, Another person they also docked is my friend KryssieKat. You'll probably see her in my streams every now and again. She's posted on her TikTok screenshots and videos. But what they did at the time of the incident as well, she was a teenager. She was 17 years old when they started harassing her. They posted her personal information. They lied about her age as well, and basically kept calling her like very like derogatory things, like saying, "Oh, she must be a cam girl or something." Or whatever. If on YouTube, I'll link to her TikTok videos, just so if you want to watch those and her thoughts on the whole being on the receiving end of it, you can do. She's a genuinely fucking lovely person. Didn't deserve any of the harassment she got. She was I forgot to mention at the very start of the stream. So yeah, I can mention she's a teenager. I forgot to mention the age of the owner of Animeleague. He's over the age of 40, I believe now. He's like a whole decade older than me. And like literally messaging teenagers at the age of like 40 something. So yeah, 40-year-old dude posting about teenagers on 4chan and doxing people and so on. I think he's in his early, I think he might be like 41, 42 or something. But anyway, you guys are wondering, how do I know that, this is 100% them? How do I know that it's these guys that are absolutely posting about me? Well, here's a post about me on on 4chan. And then here's a message from Mike Towers confirming that he is the one posting about me. In fact, even quoting the actual post as well, saying, yep, he's definitely the person. And saying that was his response. So there's the post about me, and then there's him saying, hey, yeah, I totally 100% did that, because he loves bragging about it. He's not a very smart man. You would think that the fact that I keep getting screenshots of his messages with people, yeah, he admitted it. So because I know fucking a lot of people on Animeleague, when they try to defend them, saying, oh yeah, you can't prove it, it's all anonymous on 4chan. Fucking here's the proof. This is him fucking saying he did it. I would turn them off. In fact, you know what? Should I turn on the chat bubble so you can't? Because I know when I put it on YouTube, you want me to see the chat from Twitch on there. So I thought this would be a way to somehow at least get some context to the discussion I'm having. Otherwise, it'd be a bit of a one-sided discussion when I put the video on YouTube later, right? You guys want me to turn it off? I'll turn it off. Yeah, hang on. Let me turn the chat bubbles off then, just so people can see their messages in case. But I'll turn it back on afterwards. And if I am responding to anyone's messages, I'll read them out and then respond to them. But yeah, this is him. Absolutely, I'm gonna give it a second to read both of those. But yeah, him posting about me on 4chan, and then him confirming 100% that he's the one posting about me on 4chan to someone else. So yeah, that's absolutely fine. Yeah. In case, because I know, and I see it all the time, stupid ass people always 100% love to say, oh, you don't have any proof, that's all anonymous, you can't prove that he or any of them posted this. But here it is. I'm covering quite a lot actually. I'm sorry I can't go back, and I've already covered quite a bit, but I'm currently covering proof the fact that it was 100% Mike Towers posting about me on 4chan. We're on the doxing part. I'll make this video available on YouTube afterwards. And if you're watching on YouTube, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and then, I don't know, roast Animeleague in the comments below as well. Also, I need to update that. Okay, you know, that's fine. But yeah, I've shown screenshots so far of Mike Towers offering to buy alcohol to underage people as long as they promise not to tell anyone. Unfortunately, they told me, and I found out, and now everyone knows. And the whole doxing me and my family and so on. But I'm going to move on to the next slide here. So the next slide is problematic stuff. So like I mentioned at the very start, it's not just the owner of Animeleague, Mike Towers. It's also the staff that are also fairly shitty. They are very shitty. Koizi, that is 100% the case. So anyone, the reason why I'm making this presentation, because information about Animeleague has been hard to find, purely because if you try to search on Google like Animeleague controversy or Michael Towers Animeleague controversy, whatever, a lot of the there's a footnote at the bottom of the search result saying a lot of the links have been suppressed due to legal complaints by. Do you know what? I'll let you guys figure out who might have done that. But I'm gonna start with the whole the main presenter of Animeleague, the one who presents on the stage and so on. He told a lot of jokes about assault, like sexual assault and rape, and without any trigger warnings or anything, to an awkward silence. There was a video of it which I tried to find, but I can't find it. But there was video of him saying it. It was on Twitter, but like it was so long ago. Like I said, 2016, 2017. It was really hard to find. But yeah, he made his name is, do you know what? His name's AJ Duggan or Andre Duggan. I can't remember what he goes by now on Facebook. A lot of stuff pertaining to him. I tried to find screenshots for, but he's blocked me, so I can't find it. If you're watching this later, AJ or Andre, whatever you want to go by, unblock me, you coward, and let me screenshot your posts. But yeah, he told jokes about assault on stage. He's openly racist on Facebook. This is what I was trying to find. There was a screenshot of him using I think it was the peace law or whatever against whatever. I can't remember the exact post, but it was like, it felt like a fucking gammon racist post. And I had screenshots of it earlier. Well, not earlier, it's like ages ago, but I can't find them now because, like I said, it was so long ago, and I desperately tried to search for it, and I would go back and screenshot it again because I'm pretty sure he hasn't removed the post. But like I said, he's blocked me, which is a pain in the ass. And I don't think any of his mutual friends are going to be, you know, willing to oblige for me. What else was he done? He was, okay, this is the big red flag. He was the head of the maid cafe, which employed people under the age of like 18. So he had like 13-year-olds and 15-year-olds working for this maid cafe at Animeleague. And basically he wrote fan fiction about them. He included them. They didn't know he was writing fan fiction about them. And you can guess what kind of fan fiction a fucking 40, he was also 40 years old as well, I believe. A 40-year-old creepy dude Animeleague would write, right? And unfortunately, I can't really. I don't think it's. Someone did send me some of it, and I read through it, and it's fucking creepy. I'm not going to share that, but what I am going to share is the fact that he wrote fanfiction about me as well, and that is something I will share because it's full of slurs and very ableist comments, and he spelled my name wrong, and I don't know if that's to avoid copyright or if he just doesn't know how to spell my name. But yeah, if you want to search on my YouTube channel, I actually read and reviewed the fanfiction he wrote about me specifically, and it was fucking terrible. But I don't know if he's made a second one or not. I wish I could see. He probably has. He's probably not going to post about it publicly because he knows I bullied him for this. But yeah, he wrote fanfiction about me as well, and yeah, he doesn't work there anymore. Not because of all the information. All this, like, he was still working when this happened. He only left after he had a falling out with Mike Towers. But next point, if you want to read the fan fiction and the whole thing, that's on my YouTube channel. The next point I want to talk about is the fact that they made very transphobic and ableist comments about people. This is from Kryssy's TikTok videos, which you can find. Literally, I don't know how people can still defend this as well. The fact that he thinks things like being trans or having mental illness is like something people pretend to do for clout is what he seems to think. Like, he thinks being bipolar is a trend. And the funniest thing is, right, after these messages got leaked, suddenly Animeleague were like, hey, we're going to raise money for Mind. As if they were trying to cover their own ass about this. But yeah, they suddenly started raising money for Mind in regards to that. So I'm glad we managed to bully them into doing something positive in the name of mental health instead. But that was one of the big things that people definitely didn't like them for. Okay. We've had, let's have a look. Let's break it down. We've had obviously very worrying behavior in regards to minors. We've had ableist comments. What are this? We've had a lot of bigotry so far, right? Here's another one that I want to explain. Oh, show. Ratings directly specifically to me, actually. So this is a message between Mike Towers and someone that he asked to get a URL that had my name on it. So www.myname.co.uk, and he wanted it redirected somewhere. And for some reason, he thinks just because I'm brown, I must be Muslim or something. Which, do you know what, is the one thing I think I took the most offense to? Because, hey, I am very outspoken about my morals, my beliefs, and so on. And I don't know how like, this is someone who stalked all of my posts. And he somehow fucking thinks I'm Muslim, despite the fact that I'm very openly atheist. And I think that's the thing that offended me the most. The fact that this motherfucker has, like, stalked all of my social media posts and harassed me and so much. And he couldn't fucking figure out that I'm an atheist. It's like, how much of that went over his head? That's the thing that I found the most offensive about this whole message that he sent someone trying to get a URL redirected with my name. Now, this is the next topic I want to talk about, because no matter how many times I've seen people explain it to other people, like, there are some people who always make the argument, what if I still want to go, right? What if they know all this information and they still want to go? Like, that, and I shit you not, there are people who have probably watched this whole video and are still going to ask, yeah, but I still want to go. Or someone out there who's gonna, like, you can tell them as much as you want, but they still want to go. First things first, don't. Just fucking don't. I don't give a shit if you don't understand or get, or, like, if you flew over your head. Just, there's one thing you do understand, the word don't. Just don't go. Okay? Don't go. And this is for a lot of people I've seen on TikTok, actually, and Instagram. People who think, like, yeah, it's fine, I'm going to go anyway. You're a fucking minor traveling unattended to an event that people know is attended by abusers and predators. Like, honestly, the reason this shit keeps happening is because young people who don't know any better keep fucking going. Like, oh yeah, I want to go anyway. I want to go cosplay or whatever. And this is the reason it keeps happening. I'm just gonna fucking say it, like, literally, stop going to them. If you're a minor, like, you're not gonna die if you don't go to a Comic-Con once or twice. I said at the very start of my stream, I'm gonna be very mean and sarcastic for certain parts. I meant this slide specifically. I'm gonna be very mean and direct here. It's not the end of the world if you miss out on a convention or whatever. You can legit just wait until you're 18 and you can afford to go to a convention properly. You know, use your own money to actually pay for a decent hotel room and shit. Like, I've seen kids, like, staying in hotel rooms with older dudes because, like, they offer it for free so they can just catch the bus down to a convention or so on. Like, it's like, I guess because they're younger, they don't see how much of a fucking big red flag that is, and they'll probably see it in hindsight when they're older. It's just, it's stupid to me, and I don't get how this keeps happening. So this is, like, no matter what excuse you give me, this is me saying, just don't. You've heard me tell you directly not to go or do any of these things, and if for whatever reason you still want to go, I will literally just message your parents and get you grounded. I'm not above doing this. If I see anyone who is mentioning going to Animeleague events like Anime and Gaming Con or Alcon, and they are gonna go unattended, or they're gonna stay with someone they met online in a Discord server who's offered the hotel room for free, I will legit 100% just message your parents and get you grounded. And then, you know what, they probably won't let you go to any other event like MCM or things that you can go to, or KryssieKat, or whatever the fuck convention, or AnimeCon. There are so many conventions you can go to. But if you're gonna insist on going to this cheap one run by a predator, I will legitimately 100% contact your parents and get you grounded. I'm not fucking about here, okay? I will do this. And don't go if you pay for it already. If for some reason someone gifted you a ticket, and I've seen a lot of people saying, oh, my mum brought me a ticket or whatever. I think a lot of them are bullshitting, but they're saying, oh, it'd be such a waste not to go. You're giving them attendee numbers and shit. That's just free promo for them. Don't do any of that shit. If you're worried because you already paid for a ticket and you think it's too late, it's not too late. Fucking PayPal, claim your money back. Easy peasy. open, like they'll say if they say it's non-refundable or whatever, they won't. They do refund their tickets. I know that, but if for whatever reason they don't want to refund it, PayPal claim it back 100%. Just do it that way. Um, and another point as well I want to make. A lot of people argue that, hey, I need to go to these events because I want to see my friends, right? Like, well, fuck you. Go make your own event. Hang out with your friends and do your own thing. You don't need to pay to go to an event. Like, you can make your own cosplay meetup. Like, if you want to hang out with people in Naruto cosplay, legit make a Naruto cosplay meetup. Like, instead of going to LAGC and paying to go to a really shitty event run by a really shitty person, legit host a Naruto meetup for free. Go to like Uzumaki Ramen or something, and like they probably will. If you turn up in cosplay, they will probably give you a discount on your order, so you end up saving money as well. It's crazy. The last point on this slide is this is just me being very harsh and very direct. So there are some people who make the argument that the only time they get to see friends is at a convention, and a lot of situations, like well, a lot of the times that they've made this argument, it's always been this. The only time you ever get to see these friends of yours is at a convention that you have to pay to get into. They aren't your friends. You're usually the creepy guy they're trying to avoid, and they're too shy to tell you to fuck off. This is me doing it for them. Because everyone who goes to conventions know that there's this the one dude who will always find them at a convention and hang out with them, despite the fact they never get invited or asked or whatever. And if you're the person, I'm sorry if this is hard for you to hear, but this is 100% something that you do need to hear, because some of you don't fucking get it. If the only time you see your friends, if they don't ever come to your birthday parties, if they don't ever want to hang out with you, and the only time you see them is at a convention that you have to pay to get into, they aren't your friends, all right? And the fact that everyone in comments probably knows someone like this, where you never invite said person, they just turn up at events that you go to, and then they go looking for you and hang out with you, and you're too shy or too polite to tell them to fuck off. This is me doing it on your behalf, basically. And I think, is that the end of my presentation? That is the end of my presentation. I hope you guys found that informative. See, everyone in chat saying, yeah, I know someone like that. We all know someone like that. Someone that we never want to invite to things, whatever. But they always show up. I hope you found that informative. In fact, I'm going to show you guys a quick bonus, something that Nietzsche has just sent me, which I think you will enjoy. And it's a good way to round off this whole presentation. So I mentioned earlier, the reason I'm doing this is because finding information is a pain in the ass about them online, right? So trying to find information about all the shit that I just mentioned, if you try searching for it, it's not impossible to find, but it might be difficult. And the reason is because of this. So if you search on Google, usually at the very bottom of the Google search results, anything to do with Animeleague or whatever, a lot of the information from Google searches have been removed. And I'll read this out for you. The search queries are used redacted, Animeleague, redacted, and Animeleague. You can probably figure out what the redacted are. The link accuses redacted of being, and they spell it differently every single time they mention it, a PDF file having a sexual assault history. This is all untrue, as redacted is not a pedo phone, as there is no sexual assault history. There is no sexual history. The history that they suppressed, basically. This is part of a criminal campaign to report to police to break UK defamation law. We're in contact with police about harassment, malicious communications. They advise. I forgot something. Okay, so this is hilarious. Okay, so Mike Towers, right? Basically, he went to the police about malicious communications, right? He tried to get police on me, and then I showed the police all the screenshots I just showed you guys, and then they went back and like warned him instead. Also, I want to give a quick shout out to Elena Plays Games. I just realized something. So Elena here actually is a friend of Mike Towers. The reason, and he's someone who commented on a lot of my posts, actually, in regards to him, constantly trying to defend him. And then every single time he gets brought up, he does what he's doing right now, which is like, oh, what about all these other like abusers that went to these other events? Like, why didn't you talk about them? I've talked about Josh Clark and all those other people before many times. Everyone knows that. Everyone's seen me do it. And this is a whole, like, every single time anyone mentions Mike Towers, this always happens. Some of his friends come along and they try to distract, saying, oh, what about all these other people? Instead, why aren't you talking about them? And the funniest thing is, right, the reason Elena sticks up for him so much is one time Mike Towers gave him £10. That was literally it. I think it was like £10 or something. Like, this guy gave me money once. He can't be that bad. And that was a screenshot he posted. I found that fucking hilarious. The fact that all it takes to ignore a nonce is 10 quid. Anyway, I believe. Goodbye. I thought I'd have to share that one. So I know it's a weird thing. Hey, why is this guy after that whole presentation still going on about, hey, what about, like, he's like, this entire time he's been like, but what about this, this, and this? You're not mentioning this. Like, literally, fuck off, honestly. But yeah, Panda, I shared a lot of posts in regards to that. It did contain Cindy. Nietzsche. A lot of the screenshots I shared actually were things that he said to Cindy Pop. Although I kept her half of it out of it because I'd rather not give her any more attention, really. But a good number of those screenshots were shit that he admitted to her, basically. Yeah, Russia. It's like a straw man, right? It's like, oh wow, like iridescent Arya is saying here as well. Um, how are you supposed to know? How are you supposed to ban someone in retrospect, right? Like, oh yeah, well these people were bad as well. Like, oh yeah, obviously, and like nobody gives a shit about them now. No one fucking hangs out with them. I'm definitely not going to speak to any of those people again, or like trust any of my friends around them, whatever. But I hope you guys found that one. Does anyone have any questions actually? Anyone who's not a fucking idiot like Elena who would stick up for someone for 10 quid. If anyone does, I'm going to use this last bit. If you have any questions that you'd rather throw my way, I can probably shed more information on. I am more than happy to answer those questions. Or if you want me to go back to any specific slides, I can do that as well. Will this be on the test? Shit, should there be a pop quiz? You have a question, go for it. Can you have a ton of air just area? No, you cannot. I'm sorry. If you, although what you guys can do is you can subscribe to me on Twitch, and if you have Amazon Prime, you can do so for free. So go ahead and hit that subscribe button. When are we picking our cons? I don't know. I'd rather not be anywhere near that con actually, because like, you think the smaller MCM and other conventions are bad. Animeleague have like an open bar. They're a family friendly open bar event, which is I don't know what kind of families is inviting, but yeah, they have an open bar and they welcome underage people. And then, as I showed earlier, they offer alcohol to those underage people. Do you know what, Russia? I could definitely rip into the fact that, do you know what, these conventions are just really fucking shit. But I think I'd rather just focus on the whole like abuse and shit, and specifically about things that they've done to me specifically that I can speak from experience and show evidence for, basically. I kind of think that's happened in Sanix. We have gone to, well, several people have actually gone to the police about it. And I don't know if you guys are aware, but the police aren't going to do anything for something that someone hasn't done yet. Done yet, in quotation marks, basically. So showing messages of people saying, hey, I'm gonna buy you alcohol, and I know you're underage and so on, but I'm gonna do it. That's not really enough, especially when it's an online message, because it's like, well, basically a lot of the evidence is like screenshots from Facebook and messages and so on, and those are things that won't really hold up in court because people can just fucking deny it or say they never sent it. Um, Nietzsche. The funny thing is, right, the whole pets you thing, the whole creepy asterisk things he loves doing. When I was sorting through screenshots that I wanted to use, right, I sort through so many fucking screenshots of him just cringy flirting with people with creepy asterisks that are like half his age. And honestly, there's a lot of it. It's fucking hilarious. But I chose to omit it in this situation because even though it's funny to laugh at him for his cringe flirting, I don't want to distract from the point, basically. Yeah, I mean, that Koisi, that's literally, the man's a prick. Why do people still want to support him? That's my main issue here. And like, there are still some stupid ass people who are going to do it anyway. And I'm pretty sure you can send this video to someone. They'll watch the whole thing, and because Towers gave them a tenner once without asking for the money back, they're gonna ignore it and still go or whatever, right? Yeah, it's a lot of it is people stuff that people didn't know because A, they probably weren't aware of at the time when the stuff was being discussed, or they just can't find the information anymore because a lot of it has been deleted, it's been removed or like suppressed. I know, right? A tenner is all it takes to buy someone off. Do you know what? Do you want me to give you guys suggestions for other conventions you can go to instead of anything that Animeleague are running? And I'm going to give you the reasons why you can go to them instead. So like they run like for example, let's say for some stupid reason you decide to go to London Anime Con. And I know they run that like twice a year. I think they once in the winter, once in the summer. So like that's twice a year they run the event. And you want to make the argument that you can't afford to go to MCM and there's no other events nearby you can go to. Um, let's just say one year you decide to not go to those two conventions, right? And you keep the money that you would have spent on tickets and travel for that convention. You know where else you can go instead? You can go to Japan Expo in Paris because you can literally catch a train from London to Paris, directly to Paris. And with the money you'd save from not going to the two London Anime and Gaming Cons, you can buy a ticket to Japan Expo in Paris and have money left over. But for some reason, you'd rather fucking go to an anime con. Just an idea. There are other cons like KryssieKat, AnimeCon. Those are good. I mean, like as people are saying in comments, if you're a big Final Fantasy fan, KupoCon is the official Final Fantasy convention run by Square Enix. There's Eurogamer Expo if you're into gaming. You know, because and a lot of these events, like they're officially run events. So Eurogamer has like actual like stores and stuff run by Sony and Microsoft, and they let you actually play games before they come out. Like I played Detroit Become Human at Eurogamer like a good year before that game came out. Um, honestly, those are all amazing. Like Hyper Japan, if you're really into Japan just in general, Hyper Japan is really good just for the food because they have a lot of like really authentic Japanese street food you can buy on the day. Um, there are plenty of conventions you can go to. In fact, there are like so many you can go to instead. I've been to Hyper Japan. Hyper Japan is a good one. Literally, just go for the food on its own. It's good enough on its own. But there are plenty, and because I think most people are just too lazy when it comes to these searching the words anime con, and because it's the first result that comes up, they say, all right, cool, that must be the only one available. But yeah, I'd fully recommend Hyper Japan. I would fully recommend Eurogamer. I'd fully recommend um I've not actually been to KubeCon, so I can't remember that one. But what was the other one called? Shit, there was another one. Um, what's the name? KryssieKat. That was it. Yeah, I'd fully recommend KryssieKat. Um, I've been to a lot of those. And if for whatever reason you're like, oh, but I'm poor, I can't afford any of that shit. Host your own event. Legit, just make it cosplay meetup. People will turn up if you advertise it correctly and you want a fucking creep, basically. If for whatever reason your reason for going to Animeleague events is because whenever you host an event no one turns up, it's probably because you're a fucking creep and everyone knows it. I'm sorry, I'm very blunt like this. That's probably why if you're posting in groups and saying, hey, I've got an event going on for whatever cosplay I want to do. If you guys want to hang out, take pictures and so on. If no one's responding, look in the mirror, basically. But there's like, and you don't even have to stick to the UK either. There's like for Twitch streamers as well. You got like Twitch London, which is a free event you can go to. Um, if you want to spend money, you can go to like TwitchCon or whatever in Amsterdam, or like legit stop going to their events. Save the money for something else. And people are always like, "Oh, but I can't afford anything else." It's because you keep fucking spending money on the stupid shitty con. Oh, have they actually announced a NearCon? That's fucking fantastic. If you're into Nier Automata or Nier Replicant, there's good news for you right there. But you know what? On that note, I think I am gonna wrap the stream up purely because I know I normally do play games and so on stream, but today I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wrap the stream. I'm gonna raid out to someone. I'll pick someone to raid out to. Um, main reason being, so I just want to play Elden Ring, and I'm quite far in that game. I'm like a good portion of the way through, like the mid to late game. Don't want to spoil it for anyone who doesn't want to watch it, and I'd rather just play it off stream myself so I can actually concentrate because I'm on some very difficult parts. So I know people would love to watch me stream it. I'll be streaming tomorrow if you want to watch me stream it. I'll be putting this video up on YouTube once I've edited out certain the beginning and end bits, so it's more streamlined. so you can catch it on YouTube. If you're watching this on YouTube later, go ahead, subscribe, share, whatever. Um, buy my merch. Let me go ahead. Do you know what else can I plug before I go? Buy my merch. I've got pins, t-shirts,